What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and it is so good to be home, back to my usual setup. I could probably do 5 videos today, but I won't. I'm going to stick with 2, and then probably 2 tomorrow. I've got lots to cover with basically the Steam changing the reviews, the way they do that. We've got some data spying allegations with Epic Game Store. We've got the media's reaction to everything in New Zealand. And I'm going to start with a lighter story, and that is that James Gunn has been rehired by Disney, both for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and I think Suicide Squad as well. Disney caved. I think they knew that the movie wouldn't be the same without him. There was pressure internally from the cast, particularly guys like Dave Bautista, who, at one point was leading the charge for these multi-millionaire actors to not get paid more millions of dollars to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And to be honest, I felt like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was a vastly underrated film in the MCU history. I think it should be a little bit higher than where it is ranked in terms of, revenue and ratings and stuff, but it was still pretty well liked. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was, I think, definitely a step back. And with 3, I'm not sure. When you're on 3, 4, 5 sequels of the same people, the same kind of storylines, it's, I guess what I'm saying is I wasn't really super duper excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 anyway. But I guess James Gunn being on it is a good thing. And I want to be also on record saying that if you don't know why he was fired in the first place, there was a big hubbub a while back over Roseanne making a bad tweet and getting fired, and from basically a far left outrage mob, and then people on the right started their own stupid outrage mob and unearthed some very questionable jokes from James Gunn, some questionable retweets, some questionable actions about a monkey ejaculating on somebody. I mean, I think, to be honest, most people in Hollywood are degenerates. Most people in Hollywood are sociopaths. And I can definitely say almost anyone who works in Hollywood would be far down my list of people that I'd want to have a beer with. But nonetheless, after Roseanne was fired, felt like people on the right struck back and demanded James Gunn be removed. And Disney had to cave to the pressure at the time because, well, they're a family-oriented company. And some of the things he was saying involved children, and I want to be on record saying neither one of them should have been fired, okay? I know that might make some of you mad, but, I'm as close to a free speech absolutist as there can be reasonably, and also somebody who's been online for many, many years. And so I guarantee you there are things that I've said over the years that, maybe were edgy at the time, but would be outrageous now. Or, when you have a long history of interacting with people and then they put everything together in a fancy little image file of everything bad you've ever said, we've seen people use this against me with sponsors. I sympathize with that. Now, James Gunn, definitely not going to hang around my kids, but nonetheless, he's back. He's back to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and he's issued a statement on his rehiring. Long before Disney made the decision to fire him from the third Guardians of the Galaxy film due to controversy with some old tweets, there was uncertainty about whether or not he'd return to begin with. It was only well after he agreed to return that his old tweets started to gain attention online, and the reaction to them saw Disney make the decision to remove him from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's not been an easy time for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in the months that followed. The movie was originally targeting to start a production late last year. There were several names rumored to be possible replacements for Gunn, but no one was hired. The project was left in limbo as a result. Many supporters still believed that there was a chance he could be brought back, even though the chance of that happening decreased when he decided to write and direct Suicide Squad for Warner Brothers in DC. Throughout all of this, he has been completely silent on the fallout of his firing and future projects, as he did not post on social media at all. Prior to his firing, he became a favorite director for many fans due to how interactive he was online. Here's his statement. I'm tremendously grateful to every person out there who supported me over the past few months. I'm always learning and will continue to work at being the best human being I can be. I deeply appreciate Disney's decision, and I'm excited to continue making films that investigate the ties of love that bind us all. I've been and continue to be incredibly humbled by your love and support. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Love you all. Not going to be something that people who were mad at him before, they're not going to be interested in forgiving him. There's no apology here. But again, I stand by the fact that you're welcome to not see the film. I probably won't see the film. But he shouldn't have been fired. And same goes for Roseanne. Now you see people, originally you had like Cernovich, somebody who I'm on fine terms with online. I definitely did not endorse kind of the right-wing witch hunt. I felt like the conservatives in this case were acting like SJWs. That's why I say there's left-wing SJWs and the right-wing SJWs. Cernovich urged Media Matters to launch a boycott against Disney on Friday after an announcement that the Mouse House had decided to rehire James Gunn to write and direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Disney's rehiring of him presents an excellent opportunity for Angelo Carusoni, I don't know, and Media Matters to show that they are principled fighters for social justice, Cernovich told The Wrap. I eagerly await joining their boycott of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. What James said was worse than anything Tucker Carlson or anyone else has said. The left doesn't care and isn't sincere, Cernovich tweeted Friday. As The Wrap reported, in July 2018, Disney cut ties with him, and Cernovich and others uncovered numerous old tweets from the director talking about pedo stuff and struggle snuggle stuff. And again, I think in the wake of everything that's going on, in the wake that, you know, everybody seems to be trying to divide, hence, divide and you could say draw and quarter people into their own camps. I disavow James's termination. I disavow Roseanne's termination, and I disavow these idiots that are trying to get Tucker Carlson fired. I don't think that, I think it's okay and it's fair to report on things, to inform people. So when I talk about, for example, Brie Larson's statements, I informed a lot of people, and a lot of people didn't go see the film because of that. I didn't go see the film because of that. Now, there are plenty of people that don't care. In fact, most people don't care, and that's okay too. There are people that agree with what she said, and that's okay too. It's all okay. Just because somebody reports on something doesn't mean that, I don't ever want people terminated for sharing their opinions. But I think, the vote with the wallet is the far better quote boycott that anyone can have. And I'm probably not going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3, mostly because I'm not really thrilled with how the cast acted after that. Outside basically everybody other than Chris Pratt acted like a bunch of rich babies. With him being back on for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, remarkable. I think that we should see Roseanne started up again. ABC should bring Roseanne back, because that I was actually excited for that show because I grew up watching Roseanne. It had a very solid message when I was young, and I learned a lot about acceptance, and you don't really see a lot of that in TV shows nowadays. Back from the TGIF days, where they always had a conclusion at the end of every episode. And I was excited for Roseanne. That got canceled. Guardians, they had to strike back. I think put everyone back to work and stop trying to divide people If you don't like what he said, don't see the movie. I won't be seeing it because I don't like what he said, and I don't like some of the things we learned about him. But again, I don't care if you do. We need to stop this cancel culture BS on both sides. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.